I guarantee you I could solve this Rubik's Cube before Randy Fichtner can come up with a good game plan on offense. As a matter of fact, I guarantee, I'm pretty sure that me trying to solve this Rubik's Cube was more entertaining than what the offense was doing in today's game. Steelers lose to the Jets. Can't say I'm surprised.
We lost to the fucking Jets, and it's just
simply. To be honest, I kind of expected it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel too confident coming into this game, but simply put, we lost. That's all we can say. We lost. I mean, if you want a quick opinion on the defense and the game, defense is done exactly what they've done all year. They've pressured the quarterback. They've created turnovers. T.J. Watt is without a fucking doubt, and there's no one in his circle right now, honestly.
In his category.
T.J. Watt is the defensive player of the fucking year.
No doubt.
With that strip sack that he had on Sam Darnold with the offense, did they capitalize? I don't even fucking remember. I don't know. They didn't because that was... actually, they did. My bad. That was at the end of the second half, which led to their only good drive of the game. Now that I think about it. T.J. Watt got that strip sack at the end of the first half, and then the offense took advantage and gunslinging down the field and got a touchdown. That was the only positive from the offense, man. The defense just did exactly what they've done all year, but they can only do so much because this offense is fucking horrendous. You have a horrific coordinator that for some reason still has a job to the point this fucking Permane Brothers box right here has more intelligence, integrity, and fucking knowledge than Fichtner. In fact, Permane Brothers is on its way right now. We just DoorDash Permane Brothers and shit because we're fucking hungry.
Yeah, we just got off.
Because we gotta. What's the term? We gotta eat our sorrows or some shit like that, man. You guys get what I mean, but man.
Steelers lose to the Jets. Like, I expect this to be a trap game, and in a way, it kind of wasn't, but in the same time, it kind of was. I mean, we just played down. Defense did what they could, and they've pretty much been doing that all year.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the first drive where the Jets just flew down the field and everything with Le'Veon Bell and Robbie Anderson's great catch in the end zone. I mean, outside of that, the defense did great. They pressured Darnold. They created turnovers. They only limited him to 16 points, but if you think about it, if the offense would have done more and everything, and yes, I understand the offense is limited because of a terrible coordinator and injuries out the ass, and we'll get into that later. I understand they're limited and shit, and especially they are very inexperienced with who they have. But damn, if they would have done something, we easily could have won this game. We lost by 6 points. If we would have scored an additional touchdown, this game would have been over. But we had the chance so many times, man. The offense is just... It's so poor. It's so depressing. Like...
It's a colossal mess. It's a complete disaster. It really is.
We all know the coordinator is horrific. I don't know why he still has a home in Pittsburgh. The quarterback situation is so filthy, and the offense is filled with so much inexperience, so much youth, and injuries out the ass, like we said. You know, at the start of the game, Devlin Hodges just wasn't doing shit.
He had a horrific game.
He threw 2 early picks and shit in the first half to the point we had to bring back Mason in the second quarter. And he didn't spark the offense immediately, but when T.J. Watt got that fumble recovery or that strip sack and fumble recovery, he led us down the field and scored and tied the game up before the half and shit. But again, that's the only thing we got from the offense.
Yeah, outside of that, it was literally nothing. No one showed up. No one balled outside of maybe Washington and Deontay Johnson, but that's just about it.
Right.
Connor got injured again.
Connor is a phenomenal story, and when he is healthy, he is a beast. And he's shown that the last 2 weeks. When you give him the ball and when he is healthy, he is a beast. He can be your number 1 running back, but he is so undependable. He can't stay healthy.
He's literally made it. You know Mr. Glass?
The movie?
And the character, Mr. Glass, Samuel Jackson, that is literally James Conner, except he doesn't have superpowers.
Right.
Or he's not like a mind control kind of guy. I don't know I can't remember what exactly he was in the movies, but
right.
He is literally Mr. Glass. He is made of fucking glass.
To the point, I love Connor in the story, and that's kind of all he is. Because he can't stay on the fucking field. I'm done with Connor, man.
When he was on the field, again, he was looking good.
Yeah.
And then he got injured.
But he can't stay healthy. I'll keep his jersey. I'll cherish his jersey. I'll cherish his story. I'll always cherish the moment of when we saw him getting drafted by Arthur Moats when Arthur Moats came out to the podium and addressed him as the Steelers' third-round pick and shit that year.
His whole journey and story.
I'll always cherish those moments and everything. But
it will be great, but
his injuries are frustrating. Like, he's done.
It hurts our running game.
He can be a number 2. I'm not saying get him out of Pittsburgh. I mean, does he deserve a second contract? No. I mean, he's in his final year of his contract, I believe, next year and shit. So, after that, I think he's done. But as of now, I think he should be a number 2, and we need to go get a running back in free agency. Or the draft. Specifically the draft, because the running back class this upcoming draft is stacked. Absolutely stacked. You thought 2016's year was stacked? Holy shit.
Yeah, seriously.
Holy shit.
Like, nonetheless, this whole offense, we need to make some changes. Badly.
Or was that 2017? 2017.
Yeah, it was 2017.
My bad, excuse me, 2017.
Yeah, but nonetheless, we need to make changes on this offense. Desperately. Like, now.
Well, the big story coming out of this game, one of the big stories is, of course, where we sit at in terms of the playoffs. We are in the hunt right now. The Titans have took our spot as the number 6 seed. However, we are still, of course, like I said, in the hunt. We can still make the playoffs. To do that, there are 2 scenarios we can make the playoffs. We have to win next week against Baltimore, and Tennessee has to lose against Houston. Houston has come out and said they will be starting their starters to try to increase their seed spot. So, it's possible. It depends if Baltimore wants to sit their starters and shit next year. We don't know. Or next week, excuse me. We don't know. So, we'll see. But the second scenario we can make the playoffs. If we were to lose to Baltimore next week, we would obviously need the Titans to lose to Houston. We would need the Raiders, who are still in contention, to lose to Denver. And we would need the Colts to beat the Jaguars. All very possible. But that second option where we lose against Baltimore, that's asking for way too fucking much.
Way too much. And I really, to be honest, I can't see that happening.
No.
I can't.
If anything, I can see the Raiders beating Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean...
Or Denver, excuse me.
Now listen, this whole season has been a complete, insane roller coaster of a ride. It has, especially on offense. Our offense has been a disaster. Defense has been great. Defense has pretty much saved our season. It has. The fact that we're still in contention for the playoffs is...
unbelievable.
Alone, amazing.
Yeah.
Because we should not be in contention.
We should arguably be in the depths with the Bengals or the Dolphins, who we all thought would easily get a top 10 pick.
Or the Jags or
the Giants or the Redskins. You know, we all thought as soon as Ben went down, our season's up. But Tomlin has made moves and has kept us in contention, and props to him, man. Massive props. But, you know, of course, it's... losing your starting quarterback is, of course, going to be devastating. It always is. Especially a guy like Ben. I know we're like all over the place right now, but I guess we'll just go to the quarterback situation. Hodges started. He did horrific. Mason came in. He sparked the offense. Not immediately, but he eventually sparked the offense. And then he all of a sudden got a shoulder injury. A shoulder or neck injury. I can't remember what they said. I think it was a shoulder injury.
And I don't know how it happened, but it happened.
Yeah, it happened. And Hodges had to come back in. And we're like, what the fuck? And then at the same time, Pouncey went down, and he looks to be out for the year because...
Yeah, he was actually... he was walking on his own power, and then apparently he just stopped. And that actually led to him needing help off the field, and he ended up getting carted off the field.
Yeah, it's a frightening situation.
I'm not sure if there's any update right now, considering we just got off work. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping it's not serious. But if it is, then damn. Yeah. That really hurts, considering Pouncey's been through a lot this year. Lost his quarterback, pretty much his best friend in Ben. You know, he's had Mason and Hodges and shit. You know, he's had a somewhat of a lackluster year.
Because he's
been fucking up snaps, and he hasn't really been blocking the way he usually is. Right. But he was still able to make the Pro Bowl, which is fantastic, because he's a fantastic center, one of the best in the league. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he got injured is like shit. Like, that's literally like the heart of our offensive line.
Right.
Because Pouncey is a insane leader. He's an insane player. He's just phenomenal.
Right. But I do trust B.J. Finney completely. He is pretty much our best backup on the team, I'd say, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Now, he did botch a snap on that last drive where we could have scored and shit, but, I mean, Pouncey did it many times this year, so that's pretty much common, I'd say, for this offense. It's fitting because this offense, like, you don't think they can get any fucking worse. And then, Duck Hodges with his story, he comes in, it's Duck Mania, it's Duck season, the undrafted rookie, he's our new quarterback for the year, and then he just fucking, I don't know what happened. He just, like, dipped big time. Big time.
All that hype of Duck Hodges
dipped.
Came down.
To the point that Mason had to come back in, and then he did pretty well. He drove us down the field. He threw a dot to Deontay Johnson for our only touchdown of the game.
Yeah, I was actually impressed with Mason. He actually looked a lot better than the previous games, and maybe this benching is actually a big benefit for him.
It's a blessing in disguise, and a benching is honestly what a player could use. And for someone like Mason, totally, because now he's hungry, he's motivated, and he's, got a chip on his shoulder. But he left in with his arm in a sling, and I don't know the severity of that injury. We'll get an update later this week from Tomlin. Don't know who the starting quarterback is going to be. If Mason is ready to go, I'd say start Mason because he helped our offense a little more. Now, it don't really matter who's the fucking starting quarterback because as long as Fichtner is the fucking offensive coordinator, everything and everyone on that offense is fucking screwed. He is horrific. His game planning is fucking god-awful. I swear to God, he is Peter Griffin mentally and physically. He's fucking dumb.
He's... like you said earlier, how does he still have a job? How does he still have a home in Pittsburgh?
I don't get it.
I really don't.
Like
Lily. And I said this in an earlier vid this season. Todd Haley would do better. And I could not stand Todd Haley. I couldn't. But at this point, I'm kind of at a point where I want Haley back. It's like, shit.
Yeah.
If you're that awful... For me to want Haley back, then you should just not have a job in the NFL, period.
Fuck no. No. Fichtner is not a coordinator. He is so horrific. Like, I don't even know what word to describe him. Like, any negative word or anything that you could come up with, that's Fichtner. He's just so bad. And no matter who's starting at quarterback, the offense is going to be brought down. It's going to be watered down. It's just horrible, man. Like, this offense is trash. And, like, we still have a chance to make the playoffs. And although I would like us to make the playoffs and see us further our journey and Tomlin's case for Coach of the Year.
Yeah, like, the fact that we're still in the playoff hunt is just alone amazing. It's phenomenal. It's, like, it's unheard of.
Right.
You lose your starting quarterback, and yet you're still in contention for the playoffs. Like, that's unheard of.
Right. But at the same time, I also want this season to just be over because... we all know that if this team goes into the playoffs, they're probably going to be one and done because this offense will do absolutely nothing and is just horrific, especially against top teams.
Like the Chiefs or the Texans or the Patriots or the Ravens.
It's sad. It's sad. I want it to make the playoffs, but at the same time, I want the season to end because we need to make changes on this offense fucking ASAP.
Just like we kind of had to last year with when the defense was god-awful.
Right.
It was like, yes, it would be cool to make the playoffs, but it's like at the same time, it's like, what's the point if we're just going to lose and go one and done in the playoffs in the first round
of the
playoffs?
Right. And now
it's like, if you want to make the playoffs, definitely go try. I would love for us to make the playoffs after everything that's happened. But it's like you kind of want to focus on the problems at hand immediately.
Right.
And that's kind of what we pretty much have to do with this offense.
Yeah. And then that's the thing, because I'm going to say I'm excited for next year. Because, and I don't want to get ahead of myself because, again, we still have a shot to make the playoffs. But I'm excited for next year. Ben will be back. Hopefully Fichtner is gone.
Yeah, if Fichtner's not gone, I don't have... I mean, outside of Ben starting, but if Fichtner's still there, I don't have faith.
No.
I don't.
Like, Ben will be back. Hopefully Fichtner's gone. Maybe we go get a dependable running back in the draft. Maybe we go pick up or draft a fucking tight end that will actually be involved in the offense and be trustworthy and could stay on the field.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Vance McDonald's awful.
Hopefully we add some youth to the offensive line because the offensive line was beat up all fucking game. It didn't help the quarterback situation at all. Mason was getting fucking hit. Hodges was getting pressure. He forced some turnovers because of that. It's like this offense is just so bad. The coordinator, the offensive line's weak. No one can stay healthy. The quarterback situation is fucked. Like, damn.
Like, seriously. Like, we are legit watching the Chiefs and Bears Sunday Night Football game right now. The Bears are pretty much scoreless, 17-0. But I guarantee you, their offense is actually doing more than what the Steelers' offense has done all year in just this game alone.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. We need to make changes ASAP. Because this is very depressing.
We lost to the Jets, 16-10.
Now, oh my God, if it was 16-0, you hear more shouting.
God.
Thank God.
16-10, we lose to the Jets. Again, we're still in contention for playoffs. We need two things to happen. That's beating the Ravens next week, and the Titans losing to the Texans.
Yeah.
And the second one, if we lose, I'm not even going to get into that because I just don't see any of that happening because that's too much to ask for. Just beat the Ravens and hope we get a fucking prayer. I mean, we've been in this position before. If you guys remember from 2015, we lost to the Ravens with Ryan fucking Mallett starting in Week 16. We were in a tough situation where we had to beat the Browns in Week 17, and we needed the Bills to beat the Jets. That indeed happened, and we were able to make the playoffs as the 6th seed in the wild card. And we would go on to the divisional round where we lost to the eventual Super Bowl champions, the Denver Broncos. So we've been in this position before. Can another miracle happen? Very possible. Do I hope so? Kinda. We'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. An absolute miracle, a prayer needs to happen for that for us to make the playoffs as a 6th seed. But we'll see what happens, man. And apparently our Ravens game was flexed from 1 o'clock to 4:25 Eastern Standard Time. Fletched. I don't know. Fletched. I wish we would fletch Fichtner out of fucking Pittsburgh.
You know, this Rubik's Cube, I wish this Rubik's Cube was our offensive coordinator. I'm dead serious. I really am. Oh God, please, man. Just get Fichtner out of here. I swear to God.
Seriously. I don't know, man. Let us know your guys' thoughts down below, man. We got the Ravens next week. Let's get prepared for that. Whether they set their stars or not, I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Maybe maybe Harbaugh just doesn't give us the answer until game day just to fuck with us and fuck up with our game plan. I don't know, man. It's Steelers-Ravens rivalry. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to happen. So that's the excitement for next week. But we're going to need a prayer if we want to make the playoffs.
It's not looking good so far.
No, it's not.
It really ain't.
Especially with the injuries we have, the offense still fucking lacking, the quarterback situation, and
everything else.
It's a headache. It's a fucking headache.
The season has been a headache.
It is.
Will it come to an erupt then next season? Next week? We'll find out. We'll
see what happens, man. Let us know your guys' thoughts down below. We're going to need a prayer, and see you guys next one, man. Let's go Steelers.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace!